possession after possession. It breaks your spirit sometimes. Curry for three. It's good. Steph Curry from downtown. An 11-point lead. Curry with another 30-point game.
The venue may have changed, but the outcome was essentially a carbon copy of Game 2. Portland has a great first half. They pull out to a lead. The Warriors take over in the third quarter and control the second half, which they won by 24 points. And they have a vice grip on this series now with a 110-99 win in Game 3 and a 3-0 lead. That's the Czar, Mike Fratello, Brendan Haywood right over there. I'm Matt Weiner. Good to have you with us. 3-0 Dubs, another disheartening loss for the Portland Trailblazers as the Warriors beat them for the 9th straight time in the postseason.
Can you see in the team's eyes when they know this team can't beat them and they're going to come back? And so what, we're down 13 at the half and they're playing great, and all of a sudden the switch goes. Draymond Green is an outstanding player. I mean, he's showing you, with Kevin Durant not being there, the series that he's had. Just incredible, triple-double again tonight. And he does everything. I mean, he's directing the defense out there. He's the guy that they start the ball off with in his hands, and they can run their splits and their cuts. He finds the open guy. He rebounds. He gets the big stop defensively. This guy has had some playoff series.
Yeah, Draymond Green has definitely been the engine for this game and in this series. He is the difference. I know Steph has the big numbers. He has the 37-point games and a 36-point game tonight. But the thing about Draymond Green that makes him so unique and what makes him so dangerous is that when you try to show extra attention to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, when you try to trap those guys and he sets the screen and roll, he is the best small forward or power forward in the league at playing the weak side 2-on-1, 3-on-2 game. He always makes the right decisions. He kicks the ball to guys for lobs, three-pointers. He takes the ball aggressively to the basket himself. And tonight he really looked like he got his confidence going. He was getting it done in transition. Give him a lot of credit. Draymond Green did exactly what he needed to do. And this didn't just start in this series. It started after the All-Star break when he decided to get himself in better condition and better shape, and now he's reaping the benefits of his hard work.
Would you say a little bit of what's come out here is we're seeing more of his leadership capabilities because Kevin Durant's not there? And what I mean by that is he has to be delicate, I think, with how he handles the Durant situation. When he said a little bit too much during the course of the year this past season, you remember there was a little friction there?
Oh, yeah, we all remember that, Coach.
Yeah.
And what he told him, we won before you were here, we'll win when you're gone.
Well,
and they still are.
And it looks like it. It looks like they could actually do that.
But tonight you saw him go up to the youngster after the youngster missed that dunk, and he was positive with him. He gave his encouragement about, hey, he missed the dunk too tonight, not just you. And the youngster comes back about a minute later and does dunking out the end of the fast break.
Right.
So Bell listening to his mentor, there's the leadership capabilities that he has.
And Dre got him the ball a possession or two after that play as well.
For that dunk on the fast break.
As if to say, go, this is yours. He was amazing. Third triple-double of the postseason, and the Warriors are now 28-1 all-time when Draymond Green posts a triple-double. Here he is with Doris Burke on the ESPN broadcast.
Draymond, your will and your play, almost from the opening tip, seem to both sustain and then trigger a level of play with your group. Why attack so relentlessly from the opening?
All my teammates and coaching staff been telling me, Draymond, get to the hole. They're trying to start playing your passes. Just be aggressive, man. We got guys out there, Steph, Klay, and those guys who, they draw a lot of attention. So it's on me to do my job and come through for those guys.
We can get caught up in the pretty aesthetic that your team brings to the table. How much does the heart and will of this team make you champions?
Oh, that's what it is. Obviously with Kevin out, DeMarcus out, we got to bring a different type of fight. It's not just going to be pretty and easy without those two guys, but everybody who stepped in the game was ready to go. Even Damian Jones, he started the game and he got 3 quick fouls, but he was locked in and ready to go. And that's what it takes against a scrappy, good group like this that we're playing against.
Yet another 30-point game from Steph Curry, who really got going late when you were putting this game away. What is it about his level right now that's so special?
He's locked in, There's so many people that was talking, he can't do this, he can't do that. Like he isn't great. Like, he ain't the only unanimous MVP. Let's be real about this. So he's locked in, and it's taking our team to a different level.
People should leave the talking to you, maybe.
I do it well.
Well, it's a good night to be a Warriors fan or Draymond Green. They take a 3-0 lead here. And if you're Portland, once again, fairly or unfairly, you're going to look to your best two players and say, what happened? C.J. McCollum wasn't bad on the night, certainly offensively. He actually had some moments. But Damian Lillard has really struggled in this series. And through 3 games now, he is, I just had it in front of me, 15 of 46 from the field.
Wow.
That's Damian Lillard. He was first-team All-NBA just last season. He's a great player. What has happened?
I think it starts from the fact that the Golden State Warriors not get down the lane and effectively make plays in the paint in this series. Only 2 field goals. Coach, I said only 2 field goals for Damian Lillard in the paint in 3 games. He is 2 for 11 in the paint. I know everybody loves the fancy threes and the step-back threes, but basically the meat of your game is what you can get done in that painted area. If you're struggling to score in the paint, it's going to have a ripple effect and a trickle-down effect on the rest of your game. Dame cannot get down the lane. He cannot get the easy layups to mix in with the tough threes that he normally hits. That's why he has been struggling in this series. Give all the credit to Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors defense. They have an excellent game plan of doubling him, building a wall so he cannot get down the paint, and then sometimes they'll switch it up and they'll just switch the screen and roll. So Dame is trying to figure out what's happening, what defense it is, but he looks a little perplexed and he looks a little confused at times.
He was just 1 of 7 in the paint tonight, 3 of 9 from three-point range. And it's a little bit of a combination of both, as Brendan alluded to, because sometimes they'll go ahead and blitz him out there. He has to get rid of the ball. Other times he's taking a really deep 3. We know he can hit those, but there's step backs, even a step back further than usual.
Before this game, he was blitzed 19 times on screen rolls. That's an incredible number. Like it was just one of those things where he was trying to figure out, where do I go with the ball? And once you get blitzed like that, it has an effect on you. You start being hesitant. And now when they switch up the defense, you try to kind of get mixed and you get caught up in that area of when to go and when to make a pass.
And although he had 6 assists, he had 5 of their 11 turnovers tonight, Coach.
They've got him thinking so much right now of where are they coming, when are they coming. Anytime it's the last shot of a quarter underneath 24 seconds, Damian has the ball in his hands and they wait till it gets to about 11 or 10. Here comes the second Golden State guy saying, we're taking it out of your hands. You're going to have to throw it to somebody else to try and make a shot. And the other thing is, when you go 2-time a player, so many of the other teams, the normal teams, don't have the athleticism or basketball IQ that Golden State has. Damian's going up against pretty long, athletic guys, and you're saying he can't get down the lane because during the regular season, you don't have those same type of guys coming at him, so he can go by them once they try to jump out at him. He can't go by these guys. They keep him in front of him.
Yeah, how many times did you see Jerebko or Jordan Bell or another of the bigs out there on the perimeter causing him problems? And he winds up with 19 points tonight, but a minus 23, which was the worst number of any Blazer tonight.
This is the exact same defense that the Pelicans threw at him last year. He didn't solve it last year, and those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Dame is going to have to look at the film of the Pelican series last year and this series against Golden State and understand when he can pick and choose and find his spots against this type of coverage. Because guess what? When the playoffs come next year, somebody's going to run this exact same coverage back, and he has to have the answers at that point.
You forgot to mention, you mentioned Steve Kerr. You forgot to mention Rod Adams. Okay, he's the defensive guy for Golden State. So
you taught me something. See, I didn't know he was the defensive guy.
He's their defensive coordinator.
See, that's why we got you up here, Coach, to drop those gems. This year, Coach, this is going to be a sweep.
Well,
you think it's going to be a sweep?
I was wrong tonight in picking the winner, right?
You think it's going to be a sweep?
Yeah, I guess right now it could be.
Hey, Jeremy, you got a broom back there, man?
It's interesting because the Warriors are already without Kevin Durant, obviously, and Andre Iguodala didn't play much down the stretch because apparently he tweaked his calf tonight along the way. So he only played 17 and a half minutes tonight. The Warriors are losing bodies. They would love to get all the rest they could, obviously, for the NBA Finals.
Well, look, if it's a slight, if it's a
we don't know the extent of the injury.
If it's a Kevin Durant type of tweak, that's one thing. But if it's a slight and they know that they're up 2-0 at the time and they're playing well when they're coming back, you let them rest. You're going back home again.
Yeah.
By the way, this is the 22nd straight playoff series in which the Golden State Warriors have won at least one road game. That is a remarkable, remarkable number. You guys know what it's like. It's different on the road in the playoffs. It's supposed to be harder, right?
And especially against a team like Portland. Portland was one of the
great home crowd.
One of the best home teams we have in the NBA this year. They score, what is it, 14 more points per game at home in the playoffs? So, like, they went out there. They normally get their job done at home, but they weren't able to do it against Golden State.
You could really see players on Portland's team that the stage was too big for them.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd be wide open for a shot and they'd miss the rim by 2 feet. That can't happen if you hope to win.
And that's the reason why they're double teaming their stars, because they want the ball to find those other guys.
Exactly.
And they don't feel that even though Myers Leonard had a great game tonight, Golden State doesn't feel guys like Maurice Harkless, Aminu, Myers Leonard. They don't feel those guys can hit enough shots to beat them.
Aminu's not a star, but he's been exceptionally quiet in this series so far. Myers Leonard was the hero of the first half, very quiet after halftime as well. The Blazers as a team were, and they missed a bunch of free throws, 20 of 33 from the free throw line. Let's take a look at how it played out.